Capri's cliffs glistened under the midday sun, the waves breaking far below against jagged rock. To visitors, it looked like paradise, a jewel of the Mediterranean where the emperor could enjoy peace, sea breezes, and endless beauty. But to Rome, the island soon gained a darker name. The playground of Tiberius, behind the marble walls of Villa Jovis, beyond the olive groves and secret caves, stories began to spread of cruelty, terror, and perverse indulgence. Capri, once a retreat, had become a place of nightmares. The earliest whispers came from servants and guards who returned to the mainland. They spoke of strange feasts and rituals, of nights filled with indulgence and days filled with punishment. The emperor, they claimed, no longer lived as a man but as something apart, a ruler consumed by both suspicion and desire, whether true or exaggerated. These stories quickly spread through Rome. By the time the historian Suetonius recorded them, Capri had become infamous as a den of corruption. According to Suetonius, Tiberius filled the island with minnows, young boys and girls trained to satisfy his twisted appetites. They were made to swim between his legs in the pools and caverns of the island, earning him the mockery of later generations, who called him the goat of Capri. Other tales spoke of elaborate orgies, where the emperor surrounded himself with actors, dancers, and courtesans brought secretly from the mainland. Capri, in these accounts, was not an emperor's retreat, but a labyrinth of lust. Yet alongside these stories of pleasure came darker accounts of cruelty. Villa Jovis, with its steep cliffs, became the stage for deadly punishments. Prisoners accused of treason or disloyalty were said to be hurled from the heights, their bodies shattered on the rocks below before being swept away by the sea. Servants who displeased him met similar fates, their screams echoing against the cliffs as a grim warning to others. Some historians dismissed these tales as exaggerations meant to blacken his name. But to the Roman imagination, they were proof that isolation had turned Tiberius into a tyrant. Fear ruled the island as much as pleasure. Those who served Tiberius on Capri walked carefully, for a single mistake could mean death. Even Rome's senators trembled, for though they were far away in the capital, the emperor's spies reached everywhere. Capri was cut off by sea, but its influence extended across the empire. By this time, Tiberius had grown weary of direct rule. He rarely appeared in Rome, leaving the day-to-day control of the empire to his powerful prefect, Lucius Aelius. Sejanus became the second most powerful man in Rome, orchestrating trials, executions, and purges in the emperor's name. While Tiberius indulged in Capri's shadows, Sejanus tightened his grip on the city. Together, they created a reign of fear, one ruling from the cliffs, the other from the Senate house. The people of Rome began to whisper that their emperor had abandoned them. Where Augustus had walked proudly through the streets, giving games and festivals, Tiberius hid himself on a distant island. They called him remote, cold, and cruel. Some even believed he was no longer fully human, but a monster feeding off the empire's wealth while ignoring its struggles. Capri became a symbol of everything wrong with his reign. But was it all true? Modern historians debate the accuracy of these accounts. Many of the darkest stories came from writers like Suetonius and Tacitus, who were hostile to the emperors and eager to portray them as tyrants. It is possible that gossip grew into legend and legend into history. Still, even if only part of the tales were true, they reveal how completely Tiberius had lost the trust and respect of his people. For the emperor himself, Capri was a world apart. He surrounded himself with astrologers, scholars, and Greek philosophers, seeking wisdom in the stars while indulging in excess on earth. He collected strange arts, bizarre stories, and rare books, retreating ever deeper into secrecy. Those who met him described him as stern, silent, and watchful, a man who saw treachery everywhere and trusted no one. Capri was his refuge, but also his prison. As the years passed, the island's beauty grew darker in memory. The same cliffs that gleamed white under the sun were remembered as sites of execution. The same caves where waves crashed became symbols of hidden debauchery. For Rome, Capri was no longer paradise. It was the emperor's dark playground, a place where power twisted into terror.